Hello, Yankees Nation. Welcome back to New York Yankees News Network, your number one source for everything Bronx Bombers. Today, we've got a jam-packed episode filled with major updates that surfaced just a few hours ago. From an embarrassing spring training loss to the latest on Gerrit Cole's contract situation and the Yankees' potential moves to reinforce their struggling rotation, we're breaking down everything you need to know. So if you're a true Yankees fan, make sure to stick around till the very end. And hey, before we jump into it, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update about your favorite team. All right, let's dive into the first big story of the day, and trust me, this one's going to hurt. Update 1. Total disaster. Yankees crushed 9-9-1 in humiliating spring training loss. The Yankees walked into Lecom Park in Bradenton, Florida, looking to build some momentum in spring training, but what they got instead was an absolute beatdown at the hands of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It wasn't just a loss, it was a lopsided disaster that exposed multiple cracks in the Yankees game. Right from the first pitch, it felt like this was going to be a long day. Yankees starter Cam Schulitler took the mound, and while he tried to settle in, the Pirates' lineup was relentless. The Yankees' pitching staff had no answer for Pittsburgh's hitters, and before anyone could blink, the game had already slipped away. The Pirates wasted no time attacking. Billy Cook got things rolling with a solo home run, putting Pittsburgh on the board early. But the real dagger came in the third inning, when O'Neill Cruz launched a 3-run bomb that had Yankees fans shaking their heads in frustration. It was the kind of home run that just sucked the energy out of the game, and from that moment on, it felt like the Yankees were playing catch-up against an opponent that had no intention of slowing down. And let's talk about the pitching. After Schulitler struggled, Sean Boyle came in to try and stop the bleeding, but the Pirates weren't done yet. Back-to-back extra base hits, including a crucial double by Ji-hwan Bae, extended Pittsburgh's lead even further. Bae was absolutely electric in this game, proving why he's making a strong case for the Pirates' opening day roster. He showed off his speed, power, and baseball IQ, finishing the day with 2 doubles, 1 RBI, and 2 runs scored. On the Yankees side, offense was nowhere to be found. The Bombers managed just 1 run all game, a solo shot that barely made a dent in the Pirates' lead. That was it. No big rallies, no clutch hits, just a frustrating lack of production. Even Aaron Judge, usually the heartbeat of the Yankees lineup, couldn't figure out Pirates ace Paul Skeens, who was nothing short of dominant. Skeens went 4 innings, striking out 5 Yankees hitters while allowing just 4 hits. Every time the Yankees tried to put something together, Pittsburgh's pitching shut it down immediately. And after Skins left the game, the Pirates' bullpen was just as dominant, pitching 5 straight scoreless innings to close it out. But perhaps the most painful part of this game was watching the Pirates play with confidence and fire, while the Yankees looked flat and lifeless. When you see a team like Pittsburgh, coming off 3 straight losses, playing like they have something to prove, you expect the Yankees to match that energy. Instead, they looked like a team that was going through the motions, and that's something that needs to change. Fast. There was, however, one bright spot in this game, and it didn't even come from the Yankees. Pirates prospect Conor Griffin, just 18 years old, made a jaw-dropping diving catch that had the entire stadium buzzing. Plays like that are a reminder of the young talent rising through the league, and for Yankees fans, it's a painful contrast to how their own team performed in this game. Now, it's just spring training, and we all know these games don't count. But losses like this aren't just about the scoreboard. They're about momentum, energy, and confidence. The Yankees need to start finding their rhythm, because once the regular season starts, there won't be any excuses. And speaking of problems the Yankees need to fix, let's talk about the Gerrit Cole situation, because this one has some massive implications for the team moving forward. Update 2. Disaster strikes. Yankees stuck paying $36 million to injured Gerrit Cole. If the 9-1 blowout loss to the Pirates wasn't bad enough, the Yankees are now dealing with an even bigger crisis. Gerrit Cole's season-ending injury, and the massive financial impact it brings. The Bronx Bombers are stuck paying $36 million to their ace, even though he won't throw a single pitch in the 2025 season. For Yankees fans, this is nothing short of a nightmare scenario. Losing Cole to Tommy John surgery isn't just about missing an elite pitcher. It's about losing the very foundation of their rotation. The Yankees built their championship hopes around having Cole as the ace, and now that entire plan has crumbled before the season even begins. Gerrit Cole has been the face of the Yankees' rotation since signing his historic 9-year, $324 million contract in 2019. At the time, it was the largest deal ever for a pitcher. And while he's lived up to expectations, injuries were always a looming risk. Last season, Cole missed nearly 3 months with elbow inflammation, a warning sign that something wasn't right. And now, the worst-case scenario has unfolded. Tommy John surgery, which typically requires a 12 to 18-month recovery period. That means not only will Cole miss the entire 2025 season, but there's a real chance he won't be fully himself until 2026. And yet, despite not pitching, he's still due to make $36 million this year, money that counts against the Yankees' payroll and affects their ability to make key roster moves. How the Yankees handled Cole's contract situation. The Yankees saw this coming, but they gambled, and now they're paying the price. Last offseason, Cole exercised his opt-out clause, which would have allowed him to test free agency after the 2024 season, but instead of letting him walk, the Yankees renegotiated the deal, bringing him back for 4 more years at $144 million. At the time, it seemed like a smart move. Cole had just won the American League Cy Young Award, proving he was still one of the best pitchers in baseball. But now, with him out for the season, the Yankees are stuck paying a massive salary for a pitcher who can't help them win in 2025. And it gets worse. The Yankees also have to pay luxury tax penalties on his salary, meaning the financial burden is even higher. While the team did take out insurance on Cole's contract, which could cover up to 75% of his salary, that doesn't remove his cost from the books. It just gives the Yankees some financial relief. Losing Cole is devastating, but he's not the only Yankees pitcher dealing with injuries. Luis Gil, the American League Rookie of the Year, is also sidelined with a lat strain, and there's no clear timetable for his return. Suddenly, a rotation that once looked deep and dominant is now hanging on by a thread. The Yankees are now forced to lean on Max Fried, the left-hander they signed to a massive $218 million contract in the offseason. While Fried is a proven ace, he was supposed to be the co-leader of this rotation, alongside Cole, not the lone hope to keep it afloat. Behind Fried, the Yankees have Clark Schmidt, Carlos Rodon, and Marcus Stroman, none of whom have consistently proven they can carry the team through an entire season. A month ago, there was speculation about whether Stroman would be traded, but now, he's suddenly the Yankees' number 4 starter, a sign of just how quickly things have unraveled. What are the Yankees' options now? With the season approaching fast, the Yankees have 2 choices. 1, trust their in-house pitchers and hope someone steps up, just like Luis Gil did last year when Cole was injured. Right now, Will Warren, an 8th-round draft pick from southeastern Louisiana, is the leading candidate to fill Cole's spot in the rotation. Warren has had a strong spring, allowing just 2 hits and 1 run in 8 innings, striking out 11 along the way. 2, make a big trade or sign a free agent. But this won't be easy. The Yankees' farm system ranks 21st in the league, meaning they don't have the elite prospects needed to land a top-tier pitcher. One potential trade target, Sandy Alcantara, the 2022 National League Cy Young Award winner. The Miami Marlins are in cost-cutting mode, and Alcantara is making $17.3 million this season. The Yankees would have to pay a steep price in prospects. But if they want a legitimate ace to replace Cole, Alcantara might be the best option available. If a trade doesn't happen right away, the Yankees could also wait until the summer trade deadline, when teams like the Toronto Blue Jays or San Diego Padres might decide to sell their top pitchers. But waiting is a massive risk. The longer the Yankees delay addressing this rotation problem, the more likely it is that they fall behind in the division. The Yankees' entire season just changed overnight. They went from having one of the best rotations in baseball to a team desperately trying to patch together a pitching staff. Gerrit Cole's injury is a brutal blow, and his massive contract only makes things worse. Now, the front office has to act fast. If they don't find a solution soon, this could go from a tough setback to an absolute disaster for the Yankees in 2025. And speaking of fixing the rotation, the Yankees might already have a veteran free agent in mind. Could Kyle Gibson be the answer? Update 3. Yankees in crisis mode. Desperate for pitching, could Kyle Gibson be the fix? With Gerrit Cole out for the season and Luis Gil also sidelined, the Yankees are scrambling to find a reliable arm to stabilize their now depleted rotation. While the trade market remains uncertain, one name has started to surface as a potential quick fix. Veteran right-hander Kyle Gibson. Now, let's be real. Gibson is not an ace, nor is he anywhere close to replacing what Cole brings to the table. But right now, the Yankees aren't looking for an ace. They're looking for someone who can take the mound every fifth day and keep them in games. Gibson, a 13-year MLB veteran, spent last season with the St. Louis Cardinals, where he posted a 4.24 earned run average across 30 starts. He's the definition of a workhorse pitcher, a guy who can eat innings and give his bullpen a break. And let's not forget, Gibson has experience in the American League East, having spent time with the Baltimore Orioles in 2023, where he went 15-9 with a 4.73 earned run average. He's a battle-tested veteran who knows how to pitch in high-pressure environments. The biggest selling point for Gibson? Availability and cost. Unlike trading for a pitcher like Sandy Alcantara, which would require giving up multiple prospects, Gibson is a free agent, meaning the Yankees only need to pay him a contract, no trade assets required. His price tag also isn't outrageous. After making $12 million with the Cardinals, Gibson will likely command a short-term deal, something in the range of $6 to $10 million. For a team desperate for rotation help, that's a low-risk investment. Plus, there's another layer to this move: clubhouse chemistry. Gibson has a strong relationship with Paul Goldschmidt, his former Cardinals teammate, who is now the Yankees' starting first baseman. Bringing in a familiar face might help stabilize the locker room during what's already shaping up to be a turbulent season. But let's be clear, signing Kyle Gibson doesn't fix the Yankees' rotation problem. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. He's a fifth starter at best, someone who can give you 5 to 6 innings of 3-run baseball, but he's not going to carry this team to the playoffs. If the Yankees think signing Gibson solves all their pitching problems, then they might as well start planning for another early playoff exit, or worse, missing the postseason altogether. What the Yankees really need is a true ace, and those don't come cheap. If they wait too long to make a real move, they could find themselves in a situation where they're fighting just to stay above 500, and in a division as tough as the American League East, that's a recipe for disaster. What happens next? The Yankees front office is running out of time to address their rotation issues. They can either sign Gibson now as a temporary solution while they explore the trade market, or they can risk going into the season with a rotation that's already falling apart before opening day. One thing is clear: they have to act fast. Every day they wait is another day closer to a season where their championship hopes slip further away. Yankees fans, this is a crucial moment for the team. The 9-1 loss to the Pirates was embarrassing. But that's just a small part of a much bigger problem. With Gerrit Cole out for the year, the Yankees must make a move, whether it's signing Kyle Gibson or pulling off a blockbuster trade. If they don't, this season could quickly spiral out of control. But what do you think, Yankees Nation? Should the team go after Kyle Gibson, or should they hold out for a bigger move? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this update, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a single Yankees update. We'll be covering every trade rumor, injury update, and lineup change all season long, so stay tuned. This is New York Yankees News Network, signing off. Until next time, go Yankees.